Everyone, welcome back to Watch and Carry. So if you take a look at the thumbnail for this video, you see that we're going to basically take this strap and put it onto this watch. Now to do this modification, you're going to need to watch the first tutorial that I did on how to make this watch. I've included that link down below in the description. And then we're going to need to take the strap and modify it a bit so that it can fit onto this. Now this watch right here comes with a 18mm lug width. Lug width is basically the measurement from this lug to this lug. Okay, and the strap here that we're working with is actually a 20mm lug width. So we're going to need to cut it a bit to make this strap fit onto here. Okay, and this watch right here looks a little bit different. Ignore the yellow filter on here because I've modified this, but from the factory you're going to be getting this strap and this green case. So the first thing you're going to want to do after you watch that video and make this watch right here is you're going to flip the calculator watch over. Go ahead and pry off these spring bars, and we can store these because we're not going to be reusing these for the modification. Okay, so there's your watch, and here's our strap. As we just talked about, these are 18mm here. These are 20 here, so we're going to need to shave off 1mm from each side. Now with this particular strap on this particular calculator, it's very easy to cut because the little notches here where the strap attaches to the watch have a small bezel on it. If you focus your attention on this side and this side of this strap, you'll notice that the normal tubular shape of the watch band kind of becomes more of a half pipe shape towards the end here and here. And what you're going to basically do is take a hobby knife or an X-Acto knife and cut that half pipe part of the strap. And that is exactly 1mm on each side. Okay, so we're going to take our hobby knife here. Okay, you can also go ahead and measure it and measure 1mm on each side and with a Sharpie or a pen and go ahead and cut that. But again, look for that half moon shape on the terminal ends of this green strap. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut those off. Okay. And again, I don't really have to draw or measure this because that half moon is or a half pipe shape is perfectly 1mm. Okay, then we're going to repeat the same for the other side here. Okay, go nice and slow. Cutting off less is better than more because we can always cut off more later. And then repeat for the other side. Okay, as you're cutting, very important, make sure you're holding your blade perpendicular to the length of this strap here. So you're cutting down nice and square, just like that. So not a lot of material that's going to come off. And as you can see here, we have a perfect 90° on each of these four corners. Okay, then you're going to take the spring bars that came with this watch, and those are 18mm. Okay, go ahead and insert the spring bar in. Okay, flip the watch over. The short side of the strap should be on the 12 o'clock side, and then the opposite for the 6 o'clock side. Flip that over. Go ahead and insert one end of the lug into, or one end of the spring bar into the first lug. Then rest the spring bar on top of the other lug and push inward. Okay, then go ahead and push and jiggle the strap a little bit till you hear a click, and then jiggle and pull to make sure that that spring bar is properly seated. We're going to repeat for the other side. So go ahead and insert one end of the spring bar in. Push it like that, and I heard it click already. Give it a small jiggle. And again, very quick, and we're good to go. So in the previous video where I showed you how to modify this watch, I had placed it on this French NATO strap. This is just a cheap strap I bought off of Amazon. It also goes very well with the watch, but for some reason, I just really like this shade of olive green. So let me go ahead and clean this watch up a bit. There we go, and show you what that looks like. So you can see the difference. This is more of a darker olive green here on the left side. Okay, but this strap here is great. Once you fit it in, you'll notice that the wide part of the strap goes seamlessly into the lugs of the watch. So there's very little gap here between the case of the watch and the strap. It's a nice, even transition, which I really like. Okay, and then also I just like the shade of green a little bit better. It's a little bit more of an OD drab type of green, and I think it just contrasts a little bit better with the display. Now you lose this yellow line from that first video that I made, so that might be, you know, something to take account while you're trying to figure out the looks of the watch. But for me, this looks a little bit more militaristic now, a little bit more rugged. And then of course, because this is, I think, a resin strap or a rubber or silicone strap, it's going to be a little bit more resilient to using the watch in watery conditions. So like if you're going to go swimming with the watch and such. Okay, so we'll put this on the wrist just to show you guys what it looks like. It's kind of like that. Nice labeled buckle there, as you get with all Casio digital watches. It's a pretty comfortable strap because it's nice and wide, a little bit breathable. You have these cutouts here, and then it just goes seamlessly into that display. Okay, so not too bad. This watch, on a good day on eBay, the calculator watch with the green strap, you can get for about $18 or $19. So once you're done with this modification, you're basically going to be left with this watch module. Again, this is 20 millimeters, so also a fun and very cool watch you can play around with and just kind of go on Amazon, go on AliExpress and shop for a 20 millimeter strap that can go with this guy. All right, so just a quick video here to build off of the last one that I did for this particular watch. But the minute I posted this picture on Instagram, I had quite a few messages sent to me saying, hey, how do I do this mod? So I thought I would go ahead and film that for you. All right, guys, that'll do it for today's video. Any comments or questions, please put them down below. If you could like or subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. And as always, have fun, and I'll see you guys on the next one.